Hi guys, this is Wasofolas for this short live video of the day. The topic today is just a follow-up of the previous video because we couldn't make it longer than what it was. Okay, so what is today's topic? Today I want to share with you this question that a lot of people, a lot of customers, a lot of friends of mine are actually asking themselves, which is basically, so what to do if you haven't received your EIDL or your grant or your loan or even your loan increase, because a lot of people apply with this program. Again, we are here talking about the SBA loan and grant. So if you don't know what it is, I think we should just, skip this video. I mean, you're not really concerned about it. But if you know what the EIDL grant or EIDL loan is, maybe you apply for it, maybe you receive it, maybe you're still in the process of receiving it, or maybe you are actually interested, or maybe you are a self-employed business owner, you don't know whether you are eligible or no. Okay? In that regard, yes, you can keep watching this because this is the end of this process. And you guys still have a few more days. You have like 17 days now before you can actually apply with those programs. And 2 days ago, I was actually sharing with you about a topic. I'm not going to go back on that topic. I need to follow up on the next one. Today, I want to share with you the answer to some question that you guys may have. Okay, which is what? You can see that question on the description of this video, which is basically what to do. Okay, what to do in case you apply for the EIDL or the grants and you still stuck into the process, basically, or maybe you requested for an increase and you still stuck into the process. So this is basically what I'm going to share with you here. Okay, so what do you have to do? Okay, what do you have to do if you start into the EIDL application process? When I say application, it could be the initial application, it could be the request for a consideration application, it could be the request for evaluation when it comes to grants, because the loan is a request for a consideration. When it comes to the grants, it's the request for evaluation. By grant, I mean targeted, advanced, or supplemental targeted. Or you receive the money already, but at least you requested for an increase. So if each of those questions sounds familiar to you, then this is what you need to do. Because after the live, a lot of people will call me, oh, yeah, I heard the video that you said, okay, I applied for this, I never heard about it. I don't know what to do. Yeah, this video is actually for that. So from now, if you watch this video or if you ask me the question, I will just send you to watch this video. These are the simple steps you have to take. If you apply for the EIDL, the reconsideration, the loan increase, and you are lost, okay? You don't have to be lost until the money is exhausted. This is the first thing. At the beginning, it was a hush program. That means the SBA was actually issuing money. They have plenty of money on the table. Whoever comes first, they were just distributing money. But over time, there have been some type of, I will call it scam, because some people didn't claim to have a business. They didn't have no business. Some people have business. They didn't claim nothing that was even close to what the business could actually say. So actually, the SBA started taking some precaution, okay? And that's why now the first thing when you apply, if you are not like really a very known or publicly known company, chances are that you are going to go through what is called decline. And it doesn't mean that you are declined. That's why I said on the last video. So this is a normal process now. I don't want you to apply or come to me to say, oh, I have applied, I was declined. It's not a surprise if you are declined. That's the first thing you have to put into your mind. And do not apply by saying that, okay, I'm planning to get this money in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You don't have the control of that. The only control you have is to provide all the documents that will be requested from you, from the SBA to you. Okay, that's the only thing you have control of. Besides that, you cannot control. The only thing you can control is to actually provide the document you have. So with that said, first of all, you have to know that the SBA is taking some precaution right here. So when you receive a decline, it doesn't mean, again, I need to emphasize that, it doesn't mean that you are not eligible. This year, we have been working with people who were declined 2020. I mean, more than a year ago. They gave up because they received a decline level. Of course, last year, some people were getting approved without, going through the decline, process. Some people were going through the decline. But this year, I've been noticing that almost 80% of the people, the company or self-employed people will have helped you through this application. We're receiving the decline level first. Again, it's actually like a new beginning of the process. Now, you need to account for it when you're applying. I'm doing this because I don't have to be saying that to everybody who will call me because they have been declined, they apply by themselves, somebody helped them to apply and they receive decline level. Yeah, it's a normal process. Or maybe we help them to apply and they're, stressed out because they get declined. No, you actually have to expect to be declined now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But again, it doesn't mean that you will not receive the money unless you are making everything up that you cannot justify any of the things. You can't even provide a bank statement on your own name or on the business name. You can't even provide tax return or an amended return if you're supposed to fix your taxes before applying. You can't even provide, a void check. You can't even, unless you made up everything, okay? You don't have a self-employment activity. You never claim none in your taxes. Of course, you're going to be declined because there's no way you're going to figure out you're a self-employed or business owner, okay? Even though you provide those information, you provide your tax return, there will be nothing that shows that you actually have a business or have self-employment activity. So basically, when I tell you to be patient and to be focused on what the new process is, yes, you are stuck on it. You apply. You are still waiting. If you are still waiting for it, for the next process, and you finish to be declined, okay? What do you have to do now? The first thing to do is to actually apply for the request for reconsideration, okay? You apply for the request for reconsideration. You don't know how to do it? The person who did it for you might actually help you to do the reconsideration. Or if you did it by yourself, if you try to research a little bit, you may find out how to do the reconsideration. But we actually help. We have a Facebook group where we actually help business owners on, doing those process by themselves, basically. We created that last year to actually help because we couldn't help everybody at the same time. We are now like, I think it's 500 something business owner. Yeah, you go there and maybe I'm going to share in the description of this video the link to add requests to this private SBA PPP Facebook group so that you will see how to do it. I don't want you to contact us to do it because you can actually do it by yourself. It's a simple thing. We may even share what you need to provide into your reconsideration. You can do it by yourself, okay? So basically, the first thing to do when you are declined is to do the reconsideration. That is what you have to. It's the first thing to do. Do not just say, okay, I was declined, what to do? So when you are declined, you do the reconsideration. Now, what to do? Basically, what you do is follow up. That's the first thing to do, is to follow it up. Before you even follow up, make sure that you provide all requested documents. When you apply for the reconsideration, you have to provide some document when you are submitting your reconsideration. Now, when you submit the reconsideration, they will allow you to access your portal. Inside your portal, you will see some type of document requested. If you go to review and sign document or something, you will see where the documents are requested. What you have to do is basically provide all of those documents. I'm telling you guys that that is what we do to assist business owners. That means I'm not keeping a secret for myself. I'm just helping. I want the maximum for a business owner, a small business owner, I will call it that, because if you were watching me, if you were $1 billion business company, you will be hiring a bigger, accounting firm or a bigger company to help you on that. If you're watching me, it's because I'm assuming that, you need to find out how at cheaper cost or maybe at zero cost, you at least want to get those funds, okay? So basically, I'm telling you, you do the reconsideration. In the Facebook group, we share what you need to put inside your request for reconsideration. We will actually share depending on the reason of the decline, because if decline has different reasons, you could be declined because they couldn't verify your company. You could be declined, which is the main reason now. But sometimes they will decline for any other reason. They will decline for bad credit or insufficient credit. Yeah, we have a different type of application of reconsideration depending on why were you actually declined. So if you go there, you're gonna be able to see the copy, basically copy and paste, and provide all the documents. Once you do that, the next step, maybe allow 1 or 2 days, go inside your portal. You will see the list of documents that are requested. Now, it could be that your tax return, it could be your 45060, it could be the form that is called schedule of liability. You will see a bunch of documents there, okay? Once you submit those, you're good. That's the first thing you have to do once you apply for a consideration. The next thing is to actually go there and provide all of those documents. It could be your tax return. You're going to see the document you have to provide. It could be 2, there could be 5, there could be 6 documents. It depends on the person who is actually taking care of your case. What's the next thing? Yes, you do that, you sit. Chances are that next day or 2 days you receive other documents that are requested. That's the good thing. People are asking me, why is that they keep asking documents? It means you are actually in the right track. It means they want you to provide that so that they can process and approve your loan. It should be, you should be worrying if you provide everything and you stay there and nothing happens. Okay? You provide everything. You stay there, nothing happens. You don't receive an approval letter. I receive an approval call when somebody called me or texted me, hey, what's up? I just want to let you know that they finally approved the money. I'm so happy when I heard that, okay? But if you don't receive that type of email that says approved, you don't receive a call. Sometimes you receive a phone call. They will call you to say, hey, don't think it's a scam, because unless they want you to give something over the phone or credit card, whenever they call you, yes, listen to them, because the SB calls people. They may call because they feel that the email is going to be slow. Sometimes they can send you by email what more document they need. Sometimes they can actually call you. Be cautioned that is not a scam, or share with somebody that you trust. Okay, that, oh, I received an email. This person asked me to do this. First of all, you will not send something to someone by email that doesn't end by sba.gov. Yes, it could be the loan officer. He will give you his name. His name will be maybe John Stewart at sba.gov. Yes, that's the SBA. It could be your loan officer. So now, the big question is, you are stuck in the process because you are not receiving no information at all. Nobody calls you. Nobody sends you emails, and you are worrying. And you give up. That's what you don't have to do. Guess what? They still have funds available. Okay? The first thing to do is to try to go the status of your application. Now I'm gonna mix everything up. Whether it's an application for the EIDL, initial EIDL, because it's the first time for you. Whether it's an application for the reconsideration because your EIDL loan was declined. Whether it's the application for the re-evaluation because you apply for the targeted, which is a grant, you didn't receive it yet. Whether it's a loan increase, because as you know, I mentioned that on the previous video, you could actually request for an increase up to 2 years from the time you receive your initial approval. Simple put, if you are your maximum, you have to know your maximum. I'm not going to explain right here because I did it on the previous video. If your maximum amount is 200,000, you only need 70,000 now. That means you still have 130,000 available that you can claim within 2 years from the time you were approved initially. Okay, so you are in the process, you apply for an increase. That's one of the scenarios where you are in the process of receiving that increase. You start in the process, no information. Okay, what do? That happened every day. People will call me every day, or because they saw me on YouTube video, LinkedIn, they call me. Yes, I request for this, whether it's reconsideration, it's for loan increase or evaluation or whatever it is. It's been 4 months, it's been 3 months since I did this. So that means maybe your application has been withdrawn because you're not interested with the money. What you have to do is the follow up, okay? Is to know the status. You don't even know your status yet. When you call me, you don't know the status. How do you think I'm not a magician to say, okay, your status is this. What you have to do is this, contact them. So how do you contact them? You have 2 ways to contact them. To know the status. You have 2 ways to know the status of your application. The status that is visible, observable by everybody is your own portal. It's your own SBA account, okay? You log in inside your SBA account. You're going to see the status right in there. How do you log in? You use your email address. The password is the password that was created when you actually create your account. If you don't know the password, contact whoever helps you to apply. If you don't know, you can actually reset your password. It's your email. That means if you hit forget password, automatically they're going to send you a reset password. You're going to use it to create a new password. Now you have access to your SBA account. You will see for each application, you have the application itself, which is the EIDL. You will see the amount there that shows the eligible amount, 30,000, 20,000, depending, of course, of your financial document. It's not a random amount. Don't say, why is that this person is eligible for $120,000, I'm only eligible for 40,000. It's not a random amount. It's based on whatever they submitted when they do the application, okay? So you will see there the status of your application. You will see the status of your grants, which is called targeted advance. There are 2 of them, and supplemented targeted advance. You will see the status if you approve or no. You will see if you decline. If you decline, it basically means that you have to apply for reconsideration. If you see that you are declined for the SBA loan, it will say decline. If you see you are declined for the EIDL targeted advance or supplemental, you will also see decline. When you see decline, that means you know what to do. You don't even have to call them. I'm telling you, to know the status, you have 2 ways. The first way, you log in into your own portal. I just explained how to log into your own portal. You will see the status in there. If it says decline, that means you have to do the reconsideration, even though you have done the reconsideration already. And before you do the reconsideration, you have to go back into your email and search for all the email you receive from the SBA.gov. Any extension, and then you have SBA. Most of the time it's going to be, disaster customer service at SBA.gov, but it could be any other email, but it will end by SBA.gov. Look for the decline level. That's the first thing, the first beginning to do the reconsideration. And I already told you how to do the reconsideration. So you do request for reconsideration. Even though you have already done the reconsideration and you are declined, you still have a chance to do another one. Because the second time, it's not only one person is going to review your case. It could be that it was tired because you were slow to provide information. Now you just withdraw your application. We saw so many cases like that. Okay? So you have to redo again. The second time, the SBA decided that it will be a committee. Then we have at least 3 people who will stay together to say, should we actually decline this applicant? On what basis are we declining her? So yes, if you see decline, then you have to do the reconsideration. Same thing for the grants. If you are declining the grant, you have to do the request for evaluation. The request for evaluation is different from the request for reconsideration. The documents to submit are slightly different because it's not the same thing. The requirements are not the same thing. For you to receive the grant, it's not the same way that you receive the loan itself. You actually have to know how to do the reevaluation. Again, we are going to share, or is shared already in the Facebook group, what you need to put inside your request for reevaluation so you can do your evaluation by yourself. You don't even need somebody to assist you on that. Okay? So now, and the reevaluation, I want to say you are almost late to do it because normally they get 3 weeks to process it. Okay? They take at least 3 weeks to process it. It doesn't mean that they cannot do it in 1 week or 2 weeks, but you have to do it the sooner the better, your evaluation. I'm not talking about the reconsideration. Evaluation is for the grants, so reconsideration is for the whole loan. You only have to apply to have your application through, your application or your reconsideration through before the end of the year. So let's say that you have seen that it's declined, you're mad, but you don't have to just be mad. You have to go and collect the document you need to apply for the reconsideration. That's what you need to do. You don't just need to say, oh, damn, they decline me, and you call Russell, damn, they decline me. No, before you call somebody, tell me what you're actually doing, okay? Don't just say, okay, everything is gone. Okay, now, if you don't see it, if it's not declined, you go there and you see that it's in process. That's a good thing, but that's not enough, okay? That's a good thing, but what do? You take the next step. The next step is what? You check your email. You actually have to check your email every day to see if you receive any email from the EIDL. Now, if you have been checking your email, it's easier to check. You just type disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. You see everything that was sent to you from the SBA. Now, since you see you're not declined, that means you're still on the race. What do? You have to call the SBA, okay? Sometimes I tell people to call because some people don't even know, actually how to do, how to check their own account on the SBA. But I'm advising to check first. Why? Because you have to actually know the status inside your portal. You need to know if all the documents were submitted. That's the first thing you have to know. If all the documents requested were submitted, if everything requested was submitted, and you see the process, it takes you a month before you see any change, call the SBA. First of all, how to call the SBA? People actually wrong when they call the SBA. First thing to do, call the SBA, dial the number, explain your situation. Whoever talks to you, whoever agent talks to you, when you finish, when you hang up the call, say, thank you, sir, thank you, miss. Call again, because those people, sometimes they don't really actually look inside your case. Most of the cases, it happened, I don't want to say 100 times, but it happened a lot. That you speak to someone, what she's telling you has nothing to do. Someone just told me that she was, today, before, 5 minutes before I started this live, that he called and he was told that the EIDL grant money was exhausted, which is just not true. Okay? And you just say that to say, okay, so he's done with the EIDL grant, which is not true. What you do, when you call SBA, you finish with them. When you hang up, call again, right at the same time. You're not going to fall on the same person. The probability for you to get the same person is really, very, very slow, okay? So you're going to get a different agent. Explain your same, don't change anything. Express the same concern that you have. Oh, I apply for this. Is this what you have to ask them? Is there any other document you guys need in order to finish processing my application? That's the first thing you have to do. Ask them if there's any additional document they want you to provide in order for them to finish processing and approve your application. First of all, they're going to check inside your thing and say, yes, there's nothing else that you need to provide. You provide everything. I can see that you have this, you have that. Then you go, if it's the same answer that you receive from the first guy, then you see it could be accurate. But if he tells you a slight different answer, maybe he could tell you that, oh, this is missing. Oh, we should have asked you, we are expecting this from you. So it looks like different from what you received from the first person. The person also told you everything is good, just say and wait. That's what they will tell you. You will submit this, they will actually ask you, instead of noticing, they will ask you that, this is how you know somebody is actually not checking your application. Did you provide this? You say yes. Did you provide? You say yes. You're not supposed to ask you. You're supposed to log in inside your application and see everything in there. You're not supposed to ask you if you send this or that. So if they start asking if you send this, chances are that that person is not actually looking into your application. When you hang up, automatically call again. So it doesn't matter whether the person is going to ask you the question or just look into your application. When you finish with the first person, just call again. You're going to have a different person. If he gives you the same answer, just call again. Because these are two different answers within the same organization, just because you are speaking to two different agents. Call again to see the third version. Most likely, the third version will match at least one of the two first one. This is how you consider what is given to you. So please, you need to take it into consideration. Do not just call. They say, okay, everything is good. You just sit there and wait. And how often do you have to do or call the SBA? Basically, I tell my customer every week. Okay, even though they will tell you it will take 4 weeks to process your application, it doesn't matter. Because when they say 4 weeks, it doesn't mean they're going to come back to you only after 4 weeks. It could be that there's something they need. They don't have to wait after 4 weeks to come back to you to request for something. It could be that after 2 days, after 3 days, after a week, they need something additional. But guess what? Sometimes they need it, but they don't send you the email to tell you that. It's when you call. I also have a lot of situation where my customer, she call and they say, yes, we need this from you. What? You need this, but how come I didn't receive an email that I need that document? Yes, that's why you have to call. We cannot call for you. You have to ring you. They will ask you personal information, your email address, your social security, your address, name, date of birth, all of those. It's better for you have to call. Okay? So you see that, yes, you call again, you are going to receive a different answer, most likely. But if you receive the same exact answer, that's very good. I mean, your SBA is in the good track. It's just taking the normal processing time. Like I said, you take 4 weeks before they approve you, 3 weeks before they approve you. Yeah, so that is basically what you have to do. Now, what you have to do if you are requested for a document, you know how to get those documents. You may know because it might just be your driver license, it might just be your void check, it might just be your tax return. But they also have some different documents. For example, the 45016. It could be the form 2202, which is the schedule liability. If I'm not, they could ask you for a document like entity structure or something like that. They could ask a document like certification, resolution of certificate of cooperation. They will ask some document that you don't know how to do it. So what do you do in that case? In that case, you have to hire an accountant that is actually following this SBA business to help you to do that. Or you can actually help business owner to create those documents. So within our Facebook group, we will allow you to access because it was discussed already, it was disclosed, it was posted there already. You will just need to research to say, okay, how to do the 45016. I have a customer who is been bothering me. I mean, not bothering me, but he was coming after me over and over because he was trying to do the 45060 was doing it wrongly. I have to send him. It was today. He knows if he watches, he will know because he was actually able to get the right one. He texted me, is that what I said? Yes, it's correct. Here, it's uploaded. That's what they're waiting for you to provide in your reconsideration. So he went there, he clicked on it, he searched 45060, was able to see one that we did last year. I'm not even talking about something that was done this year. He was able to get one of the live or the video where I was sharing how to complete that form. And he completed his because he has a picture of one that is completed. He did the same thing and he's good. So any document that you're going to be in the process of creating because it's requested in your application process, whether it's the increase because at any stage of your application, it's not because you finish your loan increase or you get the money that when you are requesting for an increase that they cannot ask you for more or a new document. Yeah, don't be surprised. And I'll share with you some documents that are asked now, even though you receive the money already. Even though you receive the money and you don't even want to do the increase, there are some documents that can actually even ask you. Okay? So yes, this is what I want to share with you. So the main point is that if you want to create some document and you don't know how to do that, we can give you the chance up to the end of this month to request to join our Facebook group. And inside, you can either find those answers, or if you don't find the answer, you post that specific question, and one of our members will actually come there, or myself, and actually share on how to create that document for you. That will be your benefit of belonging to that Facebook group. I don't see any question here, I guess because everything is clear, it's crystal clear, but I'm not perfect. I may be forgetting some other piece of information that I was supposed to share today. If that happened, you know what to do, okay? You drop a comment here. But I was also given the chance to business owner since the last video that now you will have a chance to book a free consulting with us on any matter, any SBA, EIDL, and including PPP. Any matter, you have a 30-minute consulting, free consulting. We don't have to charge you anything. You just book on it. Make sure you book. Do not call, because we won't be able to share those information with you if you call. Book an appointment. During the 30 minutes appointment time, I'm gonna make sure I don't forget to share the link on this video, on the description of this video, so that you can actually book an appointment with me or one of my staff members, so that they can actually go through to see where you stand. Even though you watch the video, say you're gonna be like, yes, I watched the video, I heard this, but what about this, what about that? Don't call me to ask for that, because guess what? You are disturbing the fact that we are in the meeting with the people with an appointment. Book a time. On that specific time, we will share any concern you have. Unless you have 100,000 questions for us not to be able to address during 30 minutes. We are not creating nothing. We are explaining to you what to do or how to do this. Okay? So yes, I don't know what else I have to share here, unless I have to hope that you are having a very good beginning of the week, and that you're going to have a very excellent rest of the evening. With that being said, I was Russell Follas, your tax and accounting specialist. Ciao. See you on the next video.